This video introduces what research data management is, why you need it, and some best practices that will help you better manage your research. Research data management is an umbrella term. It refers to the practices and procedures to manage the research materials you collect and create in order to conduct research. Here are some examples of the materials that you might work with while researching in the field of East Asian studies. They may be collected or created in different ways, and may need to be processed and analyzed differently. What they share in common is that they need to be managed effectively so you can successfully conduct your research. Managing research data can help you. Create or collect accurate research information through applying the same standards and proper documentation. Save time by having a plan for your research information from the beginning of your research project. Support open access and foster new research by sharing your research data. Meet funding agency requirements if required. Let's take a look at some best practices that will help you better manage your research data, including organizing, describing, storing, sharing research data, and data ownership and rights. The file format can affect if your data will be usable in the future. Here are some examples of preferred formats for different types of files. You can click the links in the description box to see more detailed information on sustainable formats. It's important to use descriptive file names that reflect the file contents, so you can find files easily without close examination. Don't rely solely on folder names. When using dates, use 4-digit year, 2-digit month, 2-digit day format so the files can be sorted chronologically. If a file has multiple versions, you can integrate version numbers into your file naming convention or use dates. Avoid ambiguous terms such as final or revision. No matter how you name your files, consistency is more important than the exact method. Being consistent helps you find needed files later more quickly. If you are building a database for your research project, for example, issues related to race and sports, as shown in newspaper images, then how to describe the images you collect is very important. A structured set of information, such as the name of the newspaper, publication date, photographer, headline caption, and so forth, will help you find what you need quickly and allow you to recall the context under which you created and analyzed the data. It's recommended that you document your research workflow, decisions that you made during your research process, and how you handled your data. For example, which databases you searched and what keywords you used to search. So you don't forget how you collect your data and your data can be useful to others. Never rely on a single copy of data. Keep an original copy on your computer, work on a local working copy, and have another copy in a cloud space. Back up your data regularly so your copies are up to date. If you are working with sensitive data, for example, interviews of politically sensitive issues you conducted while doing fieldwork in Asia, make sure the storage system you use meets security standards. You might want to share the data you collected for your project and make them available to other researchers. Data sharing can increase the impact of your research, promote new discoveries and scholarship, foster collaboration, reduce redundant research, and increase returns from public investment. Institutional repositories, disciplinary repositories, and even personal websites and blogs are good sharing platforms. As the creator of your data, you have rights and opportunities to license your data to facilitate sharing and reuse. Consider a Creative Commons license to allow others to reuse your data and give you credit. Make sure you remove sensitive data before sharing. Let's review what we've learned. Use descriptive language to name your files for easy retrieval. Choose appropriate data formats to ensure long-term preservation and facilitate sharing. Digital files are not as permanent as you think. Make multiple copies and back up regularly. Sharing data can increase your impact and benefit a wider research community. There is no one right way to manage research data. Consistency is the key. Please click the exercise link in the description box to test your learning. Answers are provided after you complete the exercise. If you have any questions, please ask your librarian.